If you've stayed with me through 14 episodes, you understand the big ideas: the leverage matrix, the 8 value drivers, timing, valuation, structure, talent, legacy. But most CEOs hit the same wall right here. Okay, I buy all of this, but where do I start? That overwhelm is where most people stop, not because they disagree, but because it feels like too much. Today, we're going to cut through that. Everything we've covered boils down to 2 questions. Where do you stand, and how much time do you really have? Once you can answer those, the path forward gets a lot simpler. This isn't about preparing to sell, it's about clarity. I'm Kurt Knutson. I founded and led a community bank as CEO and chairman. I've been in your seat through every phase of a bank's life cycle. That perspective is what you hear here. Let's simplify this. Question 1. Where do you stand? That's the leverage matrix from episode 1. Strategic command, readiness is relative, on the clock, or no need for realization. Within that, how strong are you across the 8 value drivers? Question 2. How much time do you have? That's the strategic window from episode 4. Are you approaching it, in it, or past it? What's your realistic timeline before external forces start making decisions for you? When you know where you stand and how much time you have, you stop guessing. You stop trying to fix everything and you start focusing on what actually matters. That's not overwhelming, that's strategic. Let's do a quick pass through the 8 value drivers. Not deep dives, just enough to surface blind spots. Financial performance. Consistent, predictable, core earnings. Growth potential. What a buyer could do with your bank. Diversification. What happens if one relationship goes away? Recurring revenue. Income that survives rate cycles. Those are the foundation, then the differentiators. Niche. What do you do better than anyone else? Customer satisfaction. Measured, documented, provable. Leadership independence. If you're not here tomorrow, what happens? Timing and readiness. If an opportunity appeared next month, could you respond from strength? You don't need to be perfect. No bank is. You just need to know where you're strong and where you're exposed. Here's the hard part. Blind spots are blind. You can't see them because you're inside the bank every day. The things you've normalized won't be invisible to a buyer or a board. Leadership dependence, concentration risk, contract traps that no one has run the math on. This isn't about intelligence, it's about proximity. The banks that command premiums didn't guess at their blind spots. They found them. Here's the good news. You don't have to fix everything. You have to prioritize. Start with your strategic window. 3 years, 5, 10. Then look at what you can realistically move inside that timeline. Some things take years, some take months. Pick 1 or 2 priorities, not 8. Make progress, then reassess. This isn't a project, it's a posture. This isn't about becoming a different bank, it's about being intentional with the one you're already building. Small improvements compound. Leadership depth, recurring revenue, documentation. Over 5 or 10 years, that's the difference between being on the clock and being in strategic command. You already have permission to prepare. Now you have a path. I built this because there wasn't a safe place to ask these questions. Even with experience, access, and advisors, there were things I couldn't say out loud. This is that place. No agenda, no judgment, no pressure, just clarity. That's season 1. You know where value comes from, how timing works, what you can protect and what you can't, and how to move forward intentionally. If you want a clearer sense of where your bank stands, I've created the Community Bank Value Strategic Readiness Score. 8 questions, high level, discrete. You'll find it in the show notes. And remember, the best decisions come from knowing all your options.